And this one we're supposed to solve an equation that comes with a radical sign. And so the first step is when you guys deal with equations that have radical signs is we have to isolate the radical. So we isolate the radical. This means putting it on one side. Okay, so I'm going to take this radical, move it to the right. Okay. On the left we have x. And so to get rid of the radical, we need to raise both sides to a power which is equal to the index. The index is basically this number outside the radical. If you don't see it, automatically make it a 2. So in this case, to get rid of a square root, we raise both sides to the second power. Basically is we square both sides. So take both sides, square, and this will cancel the square root. Okay, so we get x squared, and on the right hand side we have 4 minus 3x. Okay, now that we don't have any radicals, we can try to solve this equation by factoring the quadratic formula or by completing the square. But you notice that factoring is in this case the easiest method. So we're going to be solving by factoring. We move everything to one side. In this case, x squared is positive on the left, so we're going to keep it positive. So we're going to move everything to the left hand side, opposite sign. So the negative 3x becomes positive 3x, the 4 becomes negative 4. Right, now this one can be easily factored. Here we need two numbers that multiply and give you negative 4, and when you add them you get positive 3. In this case those two numbers are positive 4 and negative 1. Right, we set both parentheses equal to 0, and we have our two possible solutions are negative 4 and 1. So this is in this situation, these are our possible solutions. What happens is we might have invalid solutions, so we need to check to make sure that we remove any invalid solutions. So when we plug in negative 4 in both sides of the equation, we have x is negative 4 and this should give us 0. So when we simplify, this is negative 4 minus, you guys should get 16 when you simplify. Okay, this is negative 4 minus negative 4. Okay, and so we're asking if this is equal to 0. You can immediately say, tell that, this is negative 8. Negative 8 is not equal to 0, and so you have to get rid of negative 4 from the possible solutions. So x cannot be this. Then when you guys check x equals 1, so we replace every x with 1. Checking if this is 0, so we have 1 minus square root of 1, which is 1 minus 1, and this time we can see that this is true, and so our solution is x equals 1.